We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
So you go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouses.
Comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
right.
And then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves.
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
Everybody loves that show.
The audience just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside from mystery.
we do game shows. Oh, the game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a trivia game show, or it could be, again, we ad-lib with that too. So they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges or do some karaoke or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll take it there.
Yeah.
What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Oh, wait.
What letter comes after A? Go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
I have
it's
to
a
come
lot
see
of
that
fun.
one.
You're welcome
Yeah!
anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even
Well,
brought
growing
you a
up in
shirt.
St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say, you did?
Oh, of course I did. That you will wear
Hey!
everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch there. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Comedy.
Oh, that's great.
Can I
Knockem
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like
Thanks,
you're drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest.
but if you don't ask ahead of time, wait. This one's full of water. You ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. There you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Okay, we'll just do that for now.
With me in your head because I didn't.
No, I did. I told
hear any of this. This is all like completely new stuff. So weirdo. I feel like you need to move over more because the thing's right in your face. $10 seconds.
This is Cubs Radio. Cubs Radio.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Thanks for joining us this morning. GovsRadio.com is the website. You can see our show there live right now. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Autobody. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Autobody has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Autobody handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Autobody and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Autobody. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Autobody has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Autobody handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Autobody and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Autobody. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Autobody has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Autobody handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Autobody and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner.
How do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Voice, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there.
Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Adam Snare, shut up. He's already complaining that I ran an ad almost 3 times. Shut up, sons of bitches. Hi everybody. It's Thursday. It's March 3rd. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Podcast on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Please like and share the show. It's the graphics right underneath me there. Please copy the link and share the show on all your social media platforms. Tell everybody you know about the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Podcast and Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast is the name of the Facebook page, also the name of the YouTube channel. That's where we're interacting with you guys this morning on YouTube. So hit that thumbs up thing and then comment and say hi and let us know how you're doing and talk to us. Mike is here today. Hello, Mike.
How are you?
Let's see. What do we got? Some quick announcements. I said share the show already. And of course, studio time. If you'd like to have your own podcast, whether it's your own live streaming podcast on our network or you want to record your own podcast and stream it yourself, you want to record just some audio, or you want to make some kind of video for maybe a corporate thing like an in-house thing, or you're making a commercial and you need some microphones and recording and editing and all that good stuff, we're the ones right here. Look at this studio. Look at this beautiful studio with the yellow rug, and there's a couch that you can't see, but it's there. And lighting and microphones and graphics and monitors and phone capabilities and Zoom. Oh, look at that. The picture's frozen. But that's all right. There you go. That's so let us know if you'd like to do your own thing. You want to do your own show? Let us know. Get in touch with us on our Facebook page, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That's the name of our Facebook page. And please contact us through there. And we'll hook you up nice. Don't forget Smokes, Jokes, and Insults, another episode coming your way tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. every Friday. Right now we got episodes airing through the end of March. Hopefully we'll have some more coming your way. We can keep it going after that. We'll see if we can get some done in time. But we hope you are enjoying those. Let's see what else we got. Of course, Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. The place where you'll see Gianmarco Ceresi this weekend. He's playing the big club this weekend here in Levittown, and he'll be Zooming with us around noon. So we're looking forward to that. Very, very funny guy. Check him out if you haven't seen him. In the Giggle Room this weekend, you got Carrie Caravis tomorrow night. Carrie Caravis tomorrow night in the Giggle Room. Tim Saliani, Carla Okeson, Rich Rada, Bosie, all of our friends will be playing in the Giggle Room Saturday night. We'll be in here Saturday night. Hopefully they're going to come in. The Brokerage in Belmore, Mick Thomas and his Irish pals tomorrow night. Joe DeVito on Saturday. And then they switch it up at McGuire's in Bohemia. Joe DeVito tomorrow night. Mick Thomas and his Irish guys on Saturday. Go to govs.com to check out the full schedule of the club and make your reservations. And while you're there, make your reservations for April 1st. That's when Knock 'em Dead Comedy is performing our mob-themed murder mystery in the Giggle Room. You're going to love it. It's a mob show like you've never seen. April 1st, 7:30, and it's only $20. And of course, 2-item minimum and all that stuff, but they have good food here. They have lots of fun, and you're going to have a great time with Knockem Dead. So join us on April 1st. You're going to love it. And that is all my announcements. I'm done. Goodbye.
Can I ask a question?
No.
No?
Yes. What would you like to know, Mr. Michael Kaplan, ladies and gentlemen? Michael Kaplan.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, pal. Long Island actor, all-around nice guy, and a very good speaking voice.
Thank you very much. I have a question.
I might have an answer. I doubt it.
What exactly happens in the giggle room?
Well, hopefully you'll do more than giggle.
Oh.
It does sound like the name of like a gay club, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said it, I got a.
You got a chubby?
Kind of, yeah. Sorry.
It used to be called the Little Room, but then
that's even worse than the giggle room.
What happened here? I'm caught around chords. Okay, so it was called the Little Room. They have the big room, the main room that everybody knows.
Room, yeah.
And then they opened up what they call the Little Room. It held about 60 people, so they would have just nice intimate shows in there. Yeah. A lot of local guys would go in there. Because you have the big national headliners in the big club. So this was more of a local flavor, which is great. But
Who's calling? Was that?
I don't know.
Is that our Uber Eats?
I hope so. I'm starving. Let's see. It says private name, so I don't know. We'll see. Hello, you're live on the air. Who's this?
I'm Kareem. How you doing? I'm in the war.
You're in the war?
Yeah, that's right. I live in the war.
You live in the water? Are you saying?
No, I said I live in the war.
Oh, you are saying war?
Yes.
So
I'm from Ukraine.
You're from where?
From Ukraine.
You're from the Ukraine, and you're in the war. Yeah, go ahead. Grab those.
That's right.
Grab those right there. All right, let me put you on hold for a second. I might hang up on him. I don't know. You're live on the air. Who's this?
Hi, congratulations.
Oh, thank
this
you.
Is your official notification since you haven't missed any electric bill payments in the last 6 months. Now you're
We could have renewed our warranty.
So you're in the war?
That's right. I'm in the war.
Oh my goodness.
Where exactly are you, if you can say?
I'm in the middle of the Ukraine. I'm in the middle of it.
He's in the middle of the Ukraine.
The middle of Ukraine.
I'm in the middle of the capital right now.
In the middle of the capital of Ukraine.
In Kyiv?
That's right.
Ah. Are you, have you seen the president?
Not yet. I'm dying to see him because I want to help him out.
Oh, he's a rock star.
Are you seeing a lot of action? Are you saving people?
I'm trying to save people. They'll donate right there with my arms. It's so sad.
I bet it is. I'm sure. Yeah, it's a horrible situation that should not be joked about.
Yep, exactly.
No.
Yes. All right. Well, best of luck there in the Ukraine, and we send all of our best wishes to everybody there.
Yeah,
guess what?
Guess what? What?
I got you again, Tony.
Yes, you did, DJ. You always do. You made me think you were somebody in the Ukraine.
I got you this time again. Sucker.
Yes, you did. So how are you today, pal?
Good. How you been there?
Doing all right.
Did you miss me on Tuesday?
Did I miss you on Tuesday? Yeah, we didn't see you. Where were you?
I was at the movies, buddy.
What movie did you see?
I watched Marky Mark in that new movie came out about the treasure.
Oh yeah, and how was it?
The Marky Mark and that Spider guy who plays Spider-Man.
Okay.
It was a good movie. I forgot the name of it. It was really good.
All right, good. Are you going to see Batman today? It comes out today.
Not today. I'm going to see it maybe next week, maybe.
All right, sounds good. All right, you got.
So I got a little song to start people of the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
We'd love to hear a little song from you, and Mike, if you want to join in, go ahead.
Yo, my name is DJ Glove. I feel sorry about the
I could
Korean.
sing.
I don't know
I
what
could
I'm doing
sing
next.
on this
But
program.
guess what? I feel sorry. I was just in tears a couple minutes ago. I'm going to tell you. I feel sorry for Korean. I wish I could help out. Not fight, but I wish I could put a video up on YouTube or something like that about Korean. Man, I wish I could go help right now. Let me tell you. Why? My name is DJ Love and the place to be. I feel sorry for Kareem. What I want to do, I want to pray for Kareem right now. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, let's pray for Kareem. Let's do this. So I got to say one thing before I leave. Let's pray for Kareem. Let's put some hearts up there for Kareem today. Let's do this. Kareem, we love you. I hope you guys all be safe out there. Let's do this. Kareem, we always love you, and we're on your side. Kareem, you're the best. Rest in peace, guys. And Kareem. There you go.
There you go. Nice job, Dennis. Nice job. DJ, nice job. DJ D-Love.
I heard that, Tony. You got slip up.
I corrected myself. I said Dennis by mistake.
Yeah, but it took 2 seconds, mister.
My apologies. I corrected myself. DJ D-Love. Nice job. All right. Well done, pal. And thank you very much.
So I'd like to say, before I leave, what they told me?
Yep.
On August 20th, the Barry Comedy Roast Game Rink, I'm inviting you guys.
Yep. Yeah, right. August 20th. It's better. Yep. Make your plans now because it's only 6 months away.
I already have it. I already made a plan already. On August 20th, like I said, you guys, you better make sure you get all Knockem Dead people be there. Cause I'm inviting you guys. And guess what, Tony?
What?
I'm gonna pretty soon when I'm gonna get my invitations. I'm gonna bring one to you so you can put on. So you can show all the Knockem Dead people out there in the world.
All right. Yeah. Send it to me on Facebook and I'll share it.
No, I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm bringing it right to when I have it. When I have the invitation, I'm gonna bring it to you.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, pal.
All right. Oh, guess what, Tony? Guess what? I think I'm gonna have 4 people coming to that show on April 1st.
Thank you, pal. It would be good to see you.
Oh hell yeah! That's when I'm gonna bring the thing so you can hold on to it and stuff like that.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. There's one more thing before I go.
Yep.
Suckers.
Suckers. There you go. DJ D Love checking in. Suckers. He's saying crane.
Yeah,
so I don't know
crane. If he was... I'm not really sure, and I'm a little offended because I did an ancestry DNA years ago.
Okay.
And my father is Jewish, as you know, was Jewish.
Yeah.
And my history comes from Ukraine.
Oh, I didn't know
So when he
that.
said Karain, I didn't know where is Karain?
Crane. But then he said crane, but then he corrected himself to just crane.
Crane. Is he working on a crane?
It wasn't that Frazier? Wasn't that the character from Cheers? Wasn't that his last name?
Frazier Crane.
Yeah, so he was just doing a tribute to Frazier.
I see.
Which was very nice.
Which is very nice.
I mean, Frazier's been off the air for a long time, but still that he did a nice Frazier.
Yeah, about 47
tribute.
years.
Yeah. And now your son wrote crane in the comments here. So I don't know. Maybe
my son.
It says Stephen Kaplan. I'm assuming that's yours, Stephen.
Yes, unless my father's writing from beyond.
Well, then I went with the safe route and said your son.
Yes.
So so maybe that's how these youngsters. Maybe that's how they say. Maybe they just say crane.
Well,
instead of
I have had a lot of conversations with my son about this, and our Jewish heritage, and we both want to go. But
Jewish heritage plus you're both veterans.
We're both veterans. We both, have deployed many times. But, the thing is, why they won't take me?
Because you're old?
I'm not, well, part of it, but I'm not old enough.
Oh.
But you have to understand, if I want to fight side by side with this president, he's a rock star, right? But I would have to say, hold on one moment, I have to take my cholesterol medicine.
let me take my pill, then we'll shoot guns.
Yeah. But God bless them all. I'm telling you, it's horrible.
Absolutely. Yep.
So what is my son doing?
He just I know that's all he wrote. He wrote crane. That's all. It's all it says. Crane.
Is he working on a crane?
Maybe. So that's what we were talking about, the little room. So it's more like a local flavor, and of course we have Andrew Fremder says I'll be headlining in his living room. Adam Snare, this phone call makes me wish I was in the Ukraine right now. I know we give DJ his time. Thank you guys for supporting that. All right. So now they took the little room, they expanded it, and now it holds around 90 people. And they changed the name to the Giggle Room. It came out really nice, and it's actually one of my I really like the room. 90 people is like a nice intimate setting. It's not too big, not too little.
No.
And it's almost like a traditional comedy club too. Like the Big Room, which I love the Big Room too, of course. But that holds, I think, 400 people, which is a
yeah,
lot.
400 people at home.
Yeah, and that's a lot, you know. So yeah, it just came out really good, and it's a good room. So yeah, so they decided to change it to the Giggle Room.
The Giggle Room.
The Giggle Room, which I hope they'll be.
Can we
doing
meet
more than the Giggle.
who named that place the Giggle Room?
I don't know who came up with that.
Oh.
I did say something to one of the owners when they just built it. They just expanded it maybe a month ago. And when they finished it, I went up to one of the owners and I said, you know, I just look in that room and I'm so excited how good it looks. It just makes me want to giggle. And he just gave me the face and I said, you know, like he wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
And I said, you see what I did there? You see?
You see? Oh, I
and I'm sure I was nowhere near the first person to say that, and I'm sure I won't be the last.
No.
But there you go. Good morning, Jeff Bosey. Good to see you. So, very exciting week. The mandate is gone.
The mandate is gone.
Here in New York State, anyway. Right? It's just I don't think has the whole country. I don't know if you know.
Well, I'm not really sure. I just follow what our governor says.
Yes.
And there's still a lot of people up in arms. They're very afraid, especially, you know, young mothers with young children.
Yeah.
And it's very scary for them, especially if they have any underlying conditions. And
well, that's fine. They can still wear it.
They could still wear it. It's just a little scary when the other kids don't wear it. But you know,
are you wearing it if you go out? You know, you.
I wear my mask everywhere I go.
You do?
I do.
Oh wow!
I do. I'm just so used to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and plus it hides my face very well.
Well, so you are doing us all a service.
Yes,
we all appreciate that very much. Let's see. You're live on the air. Who's this?
Yeah, Tony, I got a question for you.
What's up,
on
DJ?
April 1st.
Yep.
On April 1st, we just got to pay $20 to get the meal, right? Get the dinner?
You have to go to govs.com to order, make your reservations in advance.
And do you do $20 to get to the dinner, right?
Yes, but no. The $20 is just the ticket to get in. Then you pay once you're here. Yeah, then you pay separately for your meal and your drinks and stuff.
How much is the dinner, you think?
I don't know, pal. You got to look at the menu. I have no idea. Sorry.
I see you.
I mean, you don't have to get dinner if you don't want to. There's a 2-item minimum. So if you want to get 2 bottles of water, you can do that and you're good. But you pay the $20. That just covers your ticket.
All right. So I'll see you April 1st then.
Sounds good. Thank you. I just hung up on DJ. Okay.
My son texted me. He said, you know, it's very nice. We both have very lovely, clean-shaven heads today.
Well, thanks, Stephen. Mine's not clean-shaven. It's got a little fuzz going on. Yours is clean. You shave it every day?
Negative. Every thrice a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you know what thrice means?
Let's see. The rice. You put the rice on it 3 times a week. You shave your head.
Negative.
It's not. Thrice is not 3.
No, thrice is 3.
Oh, that's what I just said.
You said rice.
Yeah, and then I.
Rice. This is no Chinese restaurant.
Oh. Don't you have caller ID? It said no name, private name. I had a feeling it was him, but you know, I don't know. He's not the only private name, so I took a chance. How about DJ Rap? Let's wrap up the phone call. If it was a strip club, you could call it the Jiggle Room, says Fremder. You know, I saw we're gonna have Gianmarco Ceresi zooming with us at noon. He is headlining the club this weekend. I don't like giving out a lot of the comedians' material because you know I want you to come here to see them. But Fremder just mentioned the strip club, and I saw something with Gianmarco. He has a bit where he talks about where if you really want to do something for breast cancer research, and you really want to raise money, the strippers in the strip club should be running the fundraisers. You know, help me protect these. You know, and just, you know, they're throwing all the money out anyway. Instead of taking a single and putting it in a box while you're online at CVS, you could, these guys are drunk and they're enjoying the boobies, so they'd be slapping out a whole bunch of singles that would go towards breast cancer research.
They would make a lot of money.
I think he's onto something.
In the Jiggle Room.
In the Jiggle Room. There you go. All right, so I wanted to ask you, because you've been working Long Island Theater for, 30 years at least?
Yeah, about that, 30, 35 years.
That reminds me, by the way. I just saw an ad yesterday. There's a theater Plaza Theater, is that? I forget their name. They're a traveling group that travels all over the island.
Yeah, Plaza Theater Group.
They're doing Wizard of Oz, and they're holding auditions.
Oh,
so I thought of you because didn't you played the wizard once? Didn't
yeah,
you?
I played 3 roles on the Wizard of Oz at Creative Ministries in Oakdale. I played Uncle Henry, the gate guard. You know the gate guard?
I do.
Who rang that bell?
Right.
You don't remember?
I do.
Oh, okay. And the wizard.
And and the gate guy and the wizard are the same guy, isn't it?
It's the same guy.
Yeah. Spoiler. Sorry. Cover your ears.
From 900 years ago.
Yeah. And if I remember right, you loved it, right?
Oh, it was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. So I thought about you when I saw this ad.
Yeah.
All right. Let me. I had a question. But I'll get back to it. But what other roles have you played? Like, what are some of your personal favorite roles that you've played in Long Island Theater for all these years?
One of my favorites that first stand out is from like in the 90s. I played Silas Barnaby from March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't remember.
playing a villain.
If it's him, I'm hanging up. I'm telling you. You're live on the air. Who's this?
Hello, it's Yakov Smirnov. How are you, Tony?
Hello, Yakov. Thanks for calling.
Hello. I listen to your program. Very wonderful program. What a program. What a program. And I hear a better call from Ukraine. I just have to say, we Russian, we not all of us bad people.
We're aware of that, yes.
I don't want, people to start hating Russians. We're not all bad people. We love the comedy. As a matter of fact, I have a rap, for the program. Hold on, I try to work computer here. 1 second. This thing, technology, it's just...
Yeah, it's a bitch, yeah.
It's not to my speed. I recently turned 104, and I'm surprised my PP still works. But anyway, okay, who's the rapper that called earlier? DJ Mouthful of something?
Yes, that's correct.
DJ Mouthful of something? Okay,
yes.
I got that. Okay. I guess I got the power. I like it when my friend drops the soap in the shower. I'm still working on it. That's all I got. What do you think? Pretty good, no?
Excellent, Yakov. I don't know what you said, but it was great.
Pretty good, yeah. So what goes on now? I also hear you talk about giggle room. Lots of molestation in there, no?
Lots of what?
Molestation,
molestation.
Oh,
not that I'm aware of. No,
isn't that against the law?
Last time I checked,
yeah, it's against the law.
Jacob, what are you doing over there? Mr. I talked to. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. Tony, I'm very sorry about my friend here. He's stepping very out of line. I hope you guys are doing great there over at the Knockem Up Comedy Movie. And
thank you, Yakov. I appreciate the call.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Have a good day. All right.
You changed your company name to Knockem Up Comedy?
Apparently.
Wow.
Nothing but comic genius in this room. Let me tell you.
Genius.
And I think Gianmarco just canceled his appearance here.
Can you blame him?
No, not after these phone calls today. Yes, I've now 2 people are saying bring DJ back after this phone call. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Uh-oh.
Should I? All right. Let's see. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, man. Please speak with Mr. or Mrs. Tollester, please.
You called a comedy club, pal.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I
all
did
right.
not know.
That's okay.
Well, who are you?
Yeah, who are you? You selling anything good? Oh, he hung up. All right.
Oh, I was going to ask him if he was interested in the giveaway.
I had a couple of years ago somebody called here, and I did that. I go, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm with the New York Mets." I was like, what the?
What?
I said, well, what do you got? I said, I'm a huge Met fan.
No.
So he was just selling ticket packages. And we were not going to buy, you know, and I wasn't personally going to buy, but I told the guy I was interested. And that got me and Sallie a tour through into the Mets clubhouse, into their dugout, into their, you know, training room underneath. We actually took batting practice in one of the underground batting cages.
Yeah.
We got on the field, and we had a nice meal up in one of the clubs. And, you know, and we just
from a wrong number, basically.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
So you hear that, folks. Anybody wants to call.
Right.
We're open to all three things.
So,
right?
So tell me. So, March of the Wooden Soldiers. Where did you do that? I don't remember you doing that.
That was a little company that actually closed. That was out of a flower field in St. James, and March of the Wooden Soldiers is, you know, the classic Laurel and Hardy movie. And I played Silas Barnaby, the guy with the big top hat,
Nice.
The villain. You know, it's just so polar opposite of who I am as a person. That's why I love playing the villain.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so you can really sink your teeth into playing a villain.
You and I have that in common. I get people all the time talking to me about, like, and I've had it my whole life where people they kind of say, like, you have an evil face.
Yeah, same as me.
Right, and we have that in common. We're the biggest goofballs in the world, but we get, and you especially, we get a lot of those roles because you have the great voice for it too, and you play it so well. You played, we did It's a Wonderful Life together, and what was the guy's name? I forget his name already.
Oh, Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter, that's it.
Oh, that was.
And I told you then,
that's
and I
in
still
my top three of
absolutely
what I played. Yes,
I thought it was. I'm not getting this one. Forget it. Shut up.
Can I tell you a little story about when I played Silas Barnaby?
Of course you can.
I was so scary.
Yeah.
I was so scary that my Aunt Marie had to carry my son, who was about 5 at the time, out of the theater.
Because she was scared or he was scared?
He was scared.
Really?
He was screaming.
Did that affect anything when you got home?
Well, he's really still not talking to me because of it. So, I don't know.
And now he's what, 30-something?
Now he's 31.
I remember telling you back then, and I'll say it now, your Mr. Potter was better than Barrymore in the movie. I'm telling you.
That is quite a compliment.
I thought you were
I'm gonna
fantastic.
tell you something. You know, I got a really good compliment from that gentleman, Chuck, who we worked with.
Yeah.
And he said that I created my characters with oil instead of acrylic.
Ooh.
And I'll never forget that comment. And that is my top 3. That role was unbelievable to me because obviously it's an iconic role.
Yeah.
It's an iconic movie, and I wanted to do it justice. It was unbelievable, and working with you made it even better.
Well, I got different words from Chuck because I was just goofing off on that show. Remember we got in trouble because we
we got in trouble several times.
You also played Mr. Gower, the druggist who smacks the ear and all that.
Yeah.
And I remember I was playing the bartender.
Yeah.
And I remember I had to throw you out of the bar.
Yeah.
And I remember every show the line was something like, get this guy out of here or something like that. But I would always add to it, get this lunatic or get this annoying guy. And then there was one show where I said, get this pudgy little drunk out of here. And that's exactly what you did. You broke.
Oh, I broke.
Which then I broke. So, yeah, that was the one. And then after
that was a very serious show. So we broke. Oh.
Then, Chuck had some choice words after the show.
Oh.
I'm not happy about what you did, man. Please don't do that ever again.
Remember, he always looked up. He didn't make eye contact.
Oh, no.
He always looked up.
No, and
Please don't do that ever
and
again.
Tony, can you do that? I used to look up like, the fuck's he looking at?
The first couple times I met the guy, I was like,
I don't know what he's looking at. Are there spirits up there?
He always.
Please don't do that. Please, this is a very serious sound.
Okay, Chuck. And I'd be like, here I am, over here. Okay, Chuck.
Yeah, over here. That's like, I never make jokes about women Because I think women are smarter than men.
Oh, I agree 100%.
But it's the same thing like when you first meet a woman. I've never done this personally, but a lot of people, you see it on sitcoms and stuff, they're looking at their breasts. And the woman, a strong woman, will say, my eyes are up here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know? And like, Chuck, what are you looking at? What the hell are you looking at? We're waving at each other. Hi, how are you?
It wasn't like he was, looking down.
No. No, that's in the giggle room.
No. Yeah, I don't know what he was looking at. So what I was going to ask initially was, like, talking about getting those types of roles and being told, we have like a mean face. Does anything like that ever bother you? Does it bother you if people say, you look mean, so you'll get a good guy role?
That's an awesome question because, you're a very nice fellow. Because I do want to make, I'm all about love and kindness. And I know this is not the PTL club. This is the Governor's Comedy Club. But everyone has told me at one point or another in my life, you have a really mean face at times.
Me too. My whole life.
Yeah.
When I was,
we do.
When my mother and I were moving out of my grandmother's house, I was 12 years old, and we were looking at apartments where my mother is now. She's been there 40 years.
Yeah.
When we first went to look at the place, the landlord said, because I don't know, and he pointed at me, he goes, he's got a devilish look in his eye. And I've been getting it my whole life.
And we're just the polar opposites of those faces, but we just can't help it, Right?
I don't know what that was.
I had a twitch, I think.
But it's interesting. It's interesting that you're coming on, that you're here today, because just this morning I read an article. There's this guy, where's his name? Connor Ratliff. He hosts a podcast, which I don't see the title of it, but he has a podcast, but it's about that kind of thing, about just people getting through some obstacles in life. Okay, This guy knows all about it because he's an actor. He's done some commercials. He's done some guest spots. Now, do you remember the HBO series Band of Brothers?
Oh, loved it. It was awesome.
Fantastic. This guy, he landed a key role on that series.
He did.
But then, on the day of filming, he was fired. Because and he was fired. The episode he was going to be on was one of the episodes directed by Tom Hanks. He was fired directly by Tom Hanks. Where is it? For having, I'm trying to. He used a particular. Oh, because he had what Hanks referred to as dead eyes.
Dead eyes?
Which I've never heard this expression.
No.
The article I read did not give a definition of what this even meant. But it's along these lines, and it had something to do with his face that Tom Hanks didn't like.
Tony, may I digress?
Yes.
There are many auditions I went on, and the director told me, you're too mean-looking.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's happened to me, too.
I auditioned for Lost in Yonkers one time, and it was, the uncle, and it was, a very, he was a kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, and I tried my best, and the director says, I can't give it to you. I want to give it to you, but you're just too mean-looking.
Lost in Yonkers, what's that one about again?
It's about being lost in Yonkers.
Oh, and just finding a map?
Yeah.
Oh, because I once auditioned for the father in Brighton Beach Memoirs.
I played the father in Brighton Beach Memoirs.
I played the father in high school. I played the father,
school.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
So I did. I mean, we're in high school, but I was definitely, because I have the video of it, and I am definitely the weak link in this cast.
Why?
Because I was new to acting at the time, and I just wasn't very
young.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, young. So I've always just a personal thing. I've always wanted to do it again. So I did audition for it, and same thing. I was like, well, it wasn't the mean face thing. It was just you don't look or sound Jewish, but you really did a nice job playing this fatherly role.
Yeah.
But you're not Jewish. I'm like, all right, well then.
Maybe that helped me. I can have a little, Jewish
a little,
accent because my father had one. But you know. But the director that directed me in that show, Brighton Beach Memoirs, he wanted me to come across very tough.
Okay.
Even though he really wasn't a tough man, you know.
Yeah, but he had some tough moments.
He had some tough moments, but that was a tremendous show.
So this guy.
So he got fired and he left.
Well, yeah, he got fired. So that was it. So he
Dead
lost
eyes.
this, and this probably would have changed his acting career by getting on having a role in that. So he was fired. And again, he's done some bit parts. He is making a living as an actor. I don't think I don't think he's rich. He's definitely not famous, but he's doing all right. And now he has this podcast. The podcast is called Dead Eyes.
Oh, Dead Eyes.
So it's and it's been going on for a while, and it's picked up some steam. So next week, his guest is Tom Hanks.
Are you serious?
So, and apparently it was already recorded, and Hanks says to him, like right off the bat as they're starting, he says, "Well, do you want to trip me or hug me? Do you want to punch me or kiss me?" But so they discussed this whole thing. So they haven't given anything away yet, but yeah, Hanks, from what I understand from the article I read, it's respectful. It's not like up yours, or he's not trying to really get at Hanks.
Right.
But they do have a discussion as to why Tom felt this guy was not right for the role. So I thought this to me was very interesting.
That's very interesting because I've never heard the expression. You and I have been in the acting field for 20, 30 years at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have never heard anybody say they have dead eyes.
Never heard that expression.
And big movie, where the only expression I've ever heard in a movie, dead eyes, is when Captain Quint says the sharks have dead eyes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like
So
a doll's eye.
this guy looks like a shark then, I guess.
I don't know.
But I being in this field, and we've talked about on the show a little bit from time to time, you do occasionally hear some weird reasons as to why somebody doesn't get a role.
Absolutely.
And or you're just talking about you have an audition where you feel you nailed it, then you don't get the part, and you have no idea why. You never find out why. No. And then somebody who didn't really nail it as good got the role. We've talked about on the show how it's affected certain people, especially at a younger age. You have, I don't know, your eyebrows are too thick.
Yeah.
Or, you have a lisp. Sometimes weird things like that come out that make you very self-conscious. So not only is this guy told he's got dead eyes, but think about this. He was also fired by Tom Hanks. I mean, This is the guy. I mean, who's more loved in America than Tom Hanks?
Not many people, especially in the entertainment industry.
Right. I mean, this is, one of the most...
It's almost a compliment. Hey, I got fired by Tom Hanks.
You would have to kind of turn that around that way. Yes.
Way.
So even that to me is an interesting thing, So you're wondering what's wrong with my face, what's wrong with my eyes.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you can make a positive spin out of it, because to get fired by that guy, because people are fooled by, like, look at Mel Gibson. People loved him too until they found out what he was really like.
He was an icon, great.
And then but Tom Hanks, luckily, fortunately, hasn't had controversy like that.
No.
But he might be the biggest prick in the world, but we don't know that because we associate him with all these different movies, and we're all guilty of it. We all think we know these people.
Absolutely.
Whether it's Tom Hanks, Mel Gibson, Bill Clinton, whoever it is.
Yeah.
We all think we know these people because we've seen them on TV a million times.
Yeah.
But it's just not true. So, but we all fall into that. So it's a weird thing to be fired by him. So apparently, this guy on his show, he's had Tom Hanks' son, Colin Quinn, who was also in Band of Brothers.
He's actually not a bad actor.
I agree. I think he's pretty good. So Colin even says, one of the fascinating things about this guy Ratcliffe's experience is that it's the exact opposite of his father's reputation. The story is that he's the nicest guy in Hollywood. He's America's dad, which Don't get me started on that, he says. Don't get me started on that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You went through an experience where you had to be fired by the most likable guy in the world.
Where's he located? He's in the city?
I don't know. I don't know where he's located. And then let's see. So and he's had some notable names. And again, the theme of this podcast is dealing with, humiliation, disappointment, and and anxiety, and how it affects you. And he's had Judd Apatow, he's had Seth Rogen, Elijah Wood. He's had some big people. In this episode with Tom Hanks that's coming up, he does talk about the movie Big, where even though he was already a name at that point, he still
he wasn't
an icon.
He wasn't a superstar when he made that movie.
When he made that movie, Hanks and the whole cast and crew are at a private screening. This is before the movie's coming out. It's just a private screening. Penny Marshall, who directed the movie, she went up to him. She went up to Hanks, and she kicked him out. She kicked Hanks out. She said she wanted to spare his feelings as they reviewed the footage of him, which, of course, was not a courtesy extended to this guy, Ratcliffe. He was told, you have dead eyes, where Penny was like, we're going to talk negative about you. She said to Tom Hanks, I've seen the screen tests. I've seen the wardrobe tests. You can't be here. You don't want to watch this. Tom Hanks fought with her on it. She said, you're unwelcome. You don't get to see this screening because in this room we have to talk uncensored. We are going to say terrible things about you and the lighting and the props and the daily moves and you. This line is not the line, and it's a terrible thing. Things like, I'm going to hate this take. I'm not going to use it. His hair looks stupid. Why does he have folds in his neck? These are the type of things that she wanted to say.
I see.
And why is his voice squeaky? I mean, these are the types of things that they think about when they're watching, these movies. These are things that I don't think about. Like,
what do you mean you don't think about?
Like, if I'm going to go watch, if I'm in a movie and I'm going to go to the screening, I'm not going to think about folds on my neck. No. I do look at, that's one downside of being an actor, because I do find myself, I look at the background a lot. I'll look to see what looks weird or what the extras are doing. And I'll constantly, I'm always saying to whoever I'm watching a movie with, Sallie, whoever, and I'm saying, look at that guy, look what happened there, look at this. And I'm taking away from the movie. I'm taking away from the plot. I'm taking away from what's really happening. I'm taking the whole experience to a lower level. But I can't help it. But to think about why someone's voice squeaked, that's what sells the part, because it sounds real. And to think about folds in a neck, or she mentions his hair looked silly at one point, like that's something I'm not thinking about.
I'm constantly learning the craft of acting.
Course.
So what I do a lot, and I don't know if it applies to what you're speaking of, but sometimes I'll watch a movie with no sound.
Okay.
Just to see. You could tell great actors with no sound. Like I watched The Father with Sir Anthony Hopkins not too long ago.
Okay.
I watched it once. It was a great, unbelievable movie. And then I watched it with no sound because I wanted to see his technique, And it's funny, he's an older man. You see the folds of his neck, his turkey neck, you see. But it was actually more provocative and moving watching it with no sound.
And the whole movie you watched with no sound?
The whole movie I watched with no sound.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
But I learned it from an acting teacher many years ago.
Wow.
You want to learn the real method theory of acting?
Yeah.
Watch someone like when we first started the murder mystery business, you and I.
Yeah.
When we would do auditions, I wouldn't look at the people. I would look down at my paper, and I just wanted to hear their voice, And then sometimes I wanted to see their machinations on the floor without using their voice.
Big word.
Yeah, thank you. I think I learned it last night.
I think you just made it up.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did.
It's funny you mentioned Anthony Hopkins because there's a. I'm trying to think of the name of the song. There's a Tom Petty song. It was one of his
Oh, you and
last.
your music. Yeah, you know music a lot better than I do.
I gave it all. I had it all. Something like that. And the video, the music video, Tom Petty's not even in it. It's Anthony Hopkins. And there's no plot. It's him just kind of walking through.
You showed me this.
I did show you this?
He's walking through a village, and then he walks to like his old apartment.
Well, that's the thing. You assume it's his old apartment,
but it's a very emotional video.
Yes,
and that's what I mean by if you watch someone
right
as great as Anthony Hopkins, he could evoke emotion out of you without uttering a word.
And that's what made me think of that, because the song, he's not lip syncing. You don't see Tom Petty singing it. You're taking in what's going on in this video. You're assuming that's his old apartment just based on his facial expressions.
Yeah.
It's not flashing back to childhood memories. You don't see family members. You just assume based on his expressions that this place has some kind of value to him. Sentimental value of some sort.
Absolutely. And it was
very well done.
Magnificently well done.
Yes.
The same thing with our mutual love for the boss. Did you see the video of Dream Baby Dream?
No, I don't think I have.
It is absolutely, I think, on par with that Anthony Hopkins Tom Petty
Really?
movie.
All right, I'll have to look for it. Because I'm not a fan of the song.
That song brings me to my knees.
Really?
It brings me to my knees.
All right, I'll listen to it again.
And I think why it brings me to my knees is because the first time I saw the video, it's like a black and white video of a woman and a man and a struggle with love and a relationship. And I mean, think of the words "dream, baby, dream." Come on, baby, dry your eyes. It's just. To me, it's a beautiful song. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I would love to know your input. Why you're not a big fan of that song? It's repetitive.
That's it exactly.
It's very repetitive.
The first time I ever heard it was him doing it live. It was Springsteen doing it live, and I was like, and there were verses, but his live version that I watched was like 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
5 of it was him just singing "Dream Baby Dream."
Yeah,
those 3 words over and over. I was like, "Come on, Bruce, let's go."
I know, and I think it was if you get a chance later, watch the video. I think he really meant to make that song for the video because it's almost like a little novella type thing, a little movie. It's just spectacular.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
it'll really move you.
We are waiting the on the Zoom here. We're waiting Gianmarco Ceresi.
A nice Jewish fella.
Yes, exactly. Let me see any good comments here. Taz is watching. Hello, Taz.
Taz.
So good to see you, Taz. Taz is an old friend of our show. She's been in here a couple of times. She's associated with some shows on Fox News, and she's a cartoonist, very talented cartoonist, and she's drawn a lot of pictures for us. In here, she's drawn a lot of pictures for various shows. She's so good at what she does, and she was kind of off the grid for a while.
Okay.
So we're happy to have her back. Let's see.
Wow, she's talented.
Yeah. Let's see. What drawings do I want to show here?
That's funny how you said, "Oh, Taz is calling," and you whipped
Just
them right
whipped them
out
out.
of your briefcase there.
Just whipped them right out. These are drawings. Oh, all right. So here's a drawing she made back in 2020 of me, when it was my birthday, and that's her. That's her on my shoulder.
That's a sweet picture.
Yeah,
Wow.
And that's all she does. Is great pictures like this, all on just a Bic pen. Without nothing fancy.
No pencils, no shading, nothing. It's just, is that Sallie?
Yep, there's a picture she made of herself hugging Sallie.
Isn't that a pretty picture of Sallie?
So Taz, I saved these, and Taz gave me a bunch of drawings that I gave to the other guys who had shows here, and she's an extended part of our family. Whoa, there's a picture of my ass.
Were you in the Were you in the giggle room?
Oh, so that's supposed to be Sallie, and that's Eric? And Taz laughing as she drew this. I don't know.
What is Eric holding there?
Eric's holding a football.
Oh, it's a football.
I don't remember what this was about, but yeah, there's my ass. And it's amazing how accurate she got my ass. Like it's just as hairy as it really is, and
it's very perky.
And there's I took the prosthetic off apparently.
Yeah.
She's very talented. She's great, and we love her. And we're thrilled to see your name there on the comments.
I have a question.
And I might have an answer.
Do you mind if I throw something at you real quick?
No, that's why we're here.
I was thinking about your wife last night.
Hey!
I knew you'd get a kick out of that. And I'm like thinking of the word, you know how I always play on words?
Yeah.
The name Sallie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There should be an end. It should be short for something. What is it short for? Don't tell me Sallie Mae, because that's all crap. Maybe I've been watching too many science fiction movies, fantasy movies, but I think her name should be Sallieth. Princess Sallieth from Orenthon.
What do you mean, Game of Thrones or like
No,
medieval times?
I've never even watched Game of Thrones.
Me neither.
But Sallie, think about it. I when I say Sallie, I think I should actually come out with there's some sort of ending to Sallie.
It does sound like a nickname for somebody named Sal. Like, hey, Sally
Exactly.
boy.
Hey, Sally boy.
Yeah.
But Sallieth.
Sallieth. That's very Sallieth of you.
Very Sallieth. Princess Sallieth of
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Oh, you stole that. You got to make up a name.
Of Hicksville. That's where she's from.
Is there princesses from Hicksville?
Well, Sallie.
You're Sallie. Okay. Do you like my little Sallieth?
I don't like Sallieth, but I like Sallieth.
Oh, Sallieth. Okay.
Sallieth.
Okay. That's good.
Salliette.
Oh, Salliette.
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 I think I might like that better.
That's pretty. Are you going to go home and call her that?
Salliette. What the Salliette?
Oh, the Salliette.
Wait a minute. I think he's here.
Uh-oh.
Grab those headphones. You can hear him. Hang on a second there. I'm getting all screwed up here.
Don't break anything.
I know. I'm breaking things. Hang tight. All right. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. There he is.
There he
G
is.
and Marco Ceresi. How are you, pal?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to
Doing
see
all
you.
right, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let me get my notes here, and I'll give you a proper introduction here, ladies and gentlemen. Featured on Netflix's Bonding, CISO's New York Funniest, Last Comic Standing, and Season 8 of Amazon's Watching Comics, regularly headlining clubs, colleges, and sketchy basements across America. His first comedy special, Shelf Life, is now available on Amazon Prime and was selected by NPR as a 2020 comedy special recommendation. How do you like that? There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I'm Tony. I'm the guy you were emailing with. That's Mike. And we're excited that you're playing Governors this weekend. We're literally 5 feet away from the big stage. I think people are in for a big treat because I've watched a lot of videos on you, and I think your stand-up is hilarious, my friend.
That's very nice. I'm happy to be back at Governor's. I found out 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
2 days ago.
You know, someone dropped, and I'm the guy they called. They said, "Okay, this guy's free."
So you murdered somebody to get the gig? Is that what you're saying?
I will do whatever it takes to headline Governors.
Yeah.
Well, it must be nice to just be back out there hitting the clubs again, right?
Oh, it's been nice. I mean, Zoom shows were rough. Zoom shows were tough because when a joke didn't work, I could never tell if it was like a bad Wi-Fi or just a terrible audience. Right. So it was always very tough to figure out what it was. But Zoom shows were a lot. I don't know if you went to any Zoom funerals, but it's Zoom funerals like Zoom comedy shows. Very little laughter for both. It was a brutal time. So I'm very happy. I did a show at Governor's. Maybe 2020, maybe 2021. It was indoors, but it was Zoom. They just set up a bunch of screens, and wow, man, that was I was thankful for the work, but never again.
Well, we hope not. We hope not. But you also did some, some outdoor stuff. I even saw some video where you performed on the back of a pickup during COVID.
So it was the first comedy show I did back 2020 outdoors, and this was just as like the Black Lives Matters marches were kind of beginning, right? That perfect time for outdoor comedy to begin again. And the cops shut down that show. My first show back, I told one joke. I said, I went on a Zoom date, but there was no connection. And then the cops shut the show down. I think someone called me in as a potential bomb threat.
Well, right, that's what I'm thinking. The cops had nothing better to do, during that, all the protesting and stuff?
They saw me as priority number one to shut down my comedy on the truck bed.
I mean, yeah, you're very threatening looking. But
Yeah, he is very
we're very
threatening
scared right now.
Yeah.
These two bald men who are in their 50s we were just talking about that, how scary looking we are.
Yeah.
And and the
here's
cops are shutting down his show.
Such a pleasant looking fellow. He
Absolutely.
is. Yeah.
You know, he's so pleasant looking. And I wanted to ask you what it was like to work with Billy Crystal, but I think if Billy Crystal was he was doing something where he needs a flashback to like his characters, like like a younger version. I think Gianmarco could pull it off.
Very, very.
Right?
Very close.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
And I mean that as a compliment, by the way.
It is a compliment. Are you kidding me? Billy Crystal is an icon.
Exactly.
You have a very kind.
That. We're both
very
Jews.
kind face.
We're both Jews.
We're both Jews. Another Jew. Well, half.
You're like a half Jew. Well, you're half Jew also, right?
Yes. My mother is Jewish. She grew up in Little Israel, which is the Hebrew for Belmore.
Wow.
I've been, my girlfriend's Jewish now. I had to do it. I went on a date with a Mormon woman once, and she asked me if I went to Jewish church. And I was like,
Jewish
sweetheart,
church.
call delis. I mean, really.
What was that? Well, so did you say your mother was in Belmore?
At some point, I don't know. She was in Long Island, all over the place. Long Island, all over the. My uncle's now in Great Neck, so hopefully they'll be at the show too. But yeah, I think that's just the one whenever I perform at Governor's, I try to incorporate Belmore somehow.
Well, yeah, they, I mean, it's all stereotypical Long Island anyway, right?
Oh.
So what? Yeah, what was it that you did with Billy Crystal?
So it's a movie called Here Today, where he plays it's a Saturday Night Live type show. He's a writer on it. He's getting old. He's got brain problems, and I was a cast member on that show.
Nice.
So I could do my Jeff Goldblum impression. That's the Jew I normally get is Jeff Goldblum. So
I can see that.
Within the movie, I dress up like Goldblum, and that was very cool.
That's good. Did this movie come out yet or no?
Yeah, it came out in a very quiet way. Not a lot of buzz or fanfare.
Freaking Billy Crystal! What the hell?
Yeah, a lot of people have watched it on airplanes. That's really intended.
That I have to say I miss his stand up. He's one of my favorites of all time as far as his stand up.
Yeah,
he was amazing.
Brilliant stand up. I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you mind? Hey, buddy. What kind of who's your inspiration, if you have any, or more than one, or?
Oh God! I mean, I definitely like the contemporary people I love are John Mulaney, Anthony Jeselnik, Maria Bamford. But I came up when I was a kid. Chappelle and Louis C.K. were probably like in college and high school. They were the kind of people I was listening to the most.
Classics.
Yeah, Mulaney, and now I started working at the Comedy Cellar, so I get to work with. Just the other night, I opened a show, and shortly after me, Chappelle went up, and then he brought Chris.
Wow.
And
I'm sorry, we lost you for a second. Who did he bring?
Chris Rock.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Just riffing on stage, and I kind of watched that for an hour and a half. Was texting my girlfriend like, "I will bring be bringing home dinner very late tonight.
Yeah. You're not moving, right?
Good. Yeah.
Was there any talk after they were off stage, or were they like, get away from me?
They're very nice. They were they were not getaway people, but I give them space. You know, you want to be cool. You don't want to be the get a selfie guy. So I maintain my distance. It'll happen. I know someday we'll be at the same table and we'll talk then.
I can tell you're a comedian that will not pick on people sitting in the front row. You just look like a really nice person. Am I wrong in that assumption?
I won't go out of my way. If someone heckles me, though, I can. I have a temper.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, you can't. You can see it deep within. Deep within. I curse a great deal. That's in my notes for stand-up. I'm always like, stop cursing with all the crowd work. But no, I'm not confrontational. You know, I had a comedian friend the other day. He told me that he was doing crowd work. He was talking to an audience, and an audience member pulled a gun on him. And I was like, oh my God, that's so scary. And then I found out the next day it was on a Zoom show. And I was like, it's like telling people your house burned down without mentioning it was in The Sims. It's like, you know what?
Oh my goodness, Sims.
It doesn't count at all.
That's hilarious.
So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna test your comic skills, even though I'm sure you're tremendous. Now Tony knows I challenge myself. I sit in the front row and I will not laugh at any stand-up comic. So how would you deal with me sitting in the front row? And even though I think, and I'm sure I would find you very funny, but I challenge myself not to crack a smile. So how would you react to me if I can ask?
I think he'd have you removed, I think is what he'd do.
Well, he's probably got the pull that I could, You're out of here there, you little Jew boy.
I mean, I think I would make eye contact and I would make you laugh. That's what I would do. I reject the premise. I would see you and I would just deep into your eyes. And if that didn't work, I would just fucking tickle you. And I would just...
I'm very ticklish.
And I've seen that video on your website where you did handle a child heckler. And I thought that was fantastic, by the way.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Good answer. Very good answer. Very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a bit. It was about being on Law and Order SVU. And I was going into the joke. I said, I did this part on Law and Order SVU. And this kid, it was a family show. And he said, what episode? And I said, the episode where the comedian kills the little kid for for interrupting his joke. And, so, I got him in the chamber.
Tony, remind me not to make sure I laugh at his joke.
Absolutely right, because he's going to curse at you.
He's going to kill me.
And I also watch your acting reels that were on your website. You had a comedic reel and a dramatic reel. Both were excellent. And I do like your I like your stage presence because you're up there. You're very comfortable up there. You're very engaging. Does the acting experience is that part of does that come into play? Is that why you're so comfortable up there and you're animated? Like you sell the of course the bits are funny, but you make them even funnier because you put a lot into it with with expression and hand movements and whatnot. So does the acting come into play?
For sure. I think first, I think people can tell the second I walk on stage that I used to be a theater kid. I look like before I tell a joke, I whisper to myself, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think the acting lets me misdirect you a little bit more.
Yes.
Because I can really make you seem like I'm believing what I'm saying and then twist it away. So
exactly.
I think comes into play.
Yeah, and you have, which I'm not going to give it away, but there's a great bit about how you make the jazz hands work for you.
Sure.
So yeah, come Saturday and tomorrow or Saturday and check that out. Very funny stuff. And there's also a video. I found this interesting on your website. There's a video and it's the whole set. It's 15 minutes. I don't know where this was, or I forget where it was. But you go up on the stage. And you don't use the mic. You just sit on the stool and you're doing your bit. And not once did you use the mic, and it worked out fine. Everybody can hear you. We hear you fine in the video. Well, I was just curious as to what the thought process was behind that.
Well, I'll tell you the thought process is I don't work the best clubs in the world, and this club's mic did not work at all.
Oh, is that what it was?
Comedians, they try to get it to work. They squeeze it as hard as they can, like they're jerking off, and they try, and it goes in and out and in and out, and it goes out right at the punchline. And I said, you know what, fuck it. And I used, I went to
love this
college
guy.
for musical theater. So I got to use this. I took voice class. Movement class, voice class. So I'm like, you know what? I got to use this degree for something. So I don't need a mic. I don't need a mic. I'm a loud guy. I once did a show with a drag queen, and she told me to take it down a notch.
Wow.
You sure it was take it down a notch and not like just go down a notch? See, so I'm looking for some kind of artistic, reason. Well, the mic takes away from my performance, and it was just the mic didn't work.
Too.
Yeah.
And because we both looked at it, mic didn't work.
Mic didn't work.
Yeah,
that's all.
That landed on its face. I know. I was expecting a big, glorious reason why.
I'm thinking he's going to like. I did my
yeah.
my research.
I did my research, and you really connect with an audience without a microphone, and it makes you project more and you look into their eyes. Very good. Mike didn't work.
The best art is accidental.
Absolutely right.
Very, very, very true.
And speaking of your art, tell us about Matzo Pizza.
So Matzo Pizza is a sketch series I made because I'm Italian. I'm Italian Jewish. I combined my passionate Italian side with my neurotic Jewish side, and I filmed a whole sketch series. I made some money off commercials one year, and I did not save a dime, and I just filmed a whole sketch series with it. I love how much of my videos you've seen. I'm waiting for you to be like, so I watched this video of you fucking the other night, and let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Well. That video I made myself as I was peeking through your window.
Yeah. We watched that before you came on. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just doing my research, and trying. I figured, I'll try to help you promote Matzo Pizza.
I was like, wow, my videos have 3 views today.
Yeah.
That's great. This is a very important question that we all need to know. Speaking of watching your videos, on the acting reel, there was a video. It was like a dating, like an online dating commercial spoof thing, where you're talking about being a man with an extremely small penis. So, I'm really curious how they chose you for that role.
Well, I've been I'm 33 years old. I've been researching for that role for about 33 years, and I just felt like I was the man for the job.
Real typecasting.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no such thing as small parts, just actors with small parts.
Exactly.
That's a very famous actor's line. There are no small parts, but small actors.
Right. Well, and actors with small parts. Right.
There you go.
What was it like working on Blue Bloods? Was Tom Selleck a dick?
Yeah.
Is that what people say?
I don't know.
I've read a lot of different things about him.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different things. He's nice. He's great. I don't know. So you gotta.
He was perfectly pleasant to me. It was funny. I don't know if I didn't sign anything. He's quite old. Tom Selleck is a very old man.
Oh, yeah, he's like 76 or something,
No,
right?
he's like 197.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, and he's elderly.
His dad on Blue Bloods is played by Len Carew.
Is a famous Broadway actor, yes.
And only 6 years older than Tom Selleck.
What?
Yeah, in real life, yeah, he's only 6 years older. Yeah, yeah.
God. There was one scene because Tom Selleck had to walk, but he was having lower back pain that day, so they had to change all the camera angles so that he didn't go from like, and that's what I say as the commissioner.
Yeah.
Oh God, someone please.
My sciatica.
But he was nice. I worked with him 3 times. Every scene, I ask him a question, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up." That's the whole scene.
Oh my God.
He was a good guy.
That's cool. So what about working as a comic? Do you have a preference, or is it acting or writing or doing stand up, or is it, you just want to get out there doing whatever it takes?
Yeah, I'm just a comedian, man. I used to do all those hyphens. You do actor, comedian, storyteller. It's just a bunch of ways to not make money. And I decided comedian is the one I'm most comfortable with.
and the one make the least amount of money, probably. So yeah, you talk about Chris Rock and Chappelle. What other? Yeah, any more interesting stories from the road? Any crazy stories? Any, maybe meeting some idols or some good or bad advice?
Yeah. I mean, I recently did a show. It was I did a lot of corporate gigs, and like corporate gigs, that's how we make money.
Yes.
I mean, listen, Governors, they're a very good club. They treat me well. They pay me well. But corporate gigs pay a lot. But it can be corporate gigs are only fun if the company's small enough to not have an HR department, and because otherwise you get an email, saying like, "Hey, we're so excited, but just to make sure we don't offend anyone, can you try not telling any jokes?" And I did a corporate gig, and look, I know Governors can be a mix politically. I'm a New York Jew, but I'm a pretty liberal guy. I'm sure we would get into a fight at a dinner table. But I did this gig in California, and I did not do my research. It was a casino corporate gig. My mom was driving me to the gig, and as we were going there, I read the company's website, and it was very clear that this was a very conservative gig. And so conservative, I went there and they told me that the rundown for the show, they were like, okay, first, like all good comedy shows, we're going to sing the national anthem. Then there's going to be an auction for guns.
Wow.
And then I'll be on stage and I'm going to say, all right, guys, ExxonMobil presents Gianmarco Ceresi. And I was like, I'm sorry, what was that? And they said, oh, did you not know ExxonMobil is funding this whole event? And so in my head, I'm like, oh, I feel conflicted. I shouldn't be doing this. I should say something. And so they had this. They did the national anthem. They auctioned off guns. They auctioned off a Glock 19 for $20,000, which really upset me. It was way more than they were paying me. And so it got to my part, and I'm like, I wanna say something. I'm looking at all these ExxonMobil banners around. And I have this joke about this thing called Titanic 2. This guy's rebuilding the Titanic, and the joke starts. It's going to go along the route is the same route as the original, because global warming made it safer. But for this show, it's going to go along the same route as the original because the icebergs got a lot smaller thanks to my sponsor, ExxonMobil. 800 80-year-olds in cowboy hats. They started booing. I've never been booed in like
wow.
This. And I didn't know what to do. And then I saw my mom by the door with a Glock 19. She was like, let's go, motherfucker. We got out of there as soon as possible.
That's the thing with the corporate gigs. Yeah, they do pay, but usually the crowds aren't the best. And from just a performance standpoint, that's what makes places like Governors great because they always have great audiences.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pay the bill.
Goes even if we disagree on certain things, Governors, everyone's got a good sense of humor.
Absolutely. And we're looking forward to tomorrow night and Saturday night I'll be right in this room and I'll be coming over to say hi to you tomorrow night and Saturday at Governors here in Levittown. Gianmarco, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
Funny man, great man.
All right, we'll see you. See you Saturday night. Thank you, buddy.
Peace.
All right.
Shalom.
And that, okay, let me just.
You didn't get my shalom there, huh?
I got it.
Oh.
I'll laugh in a second.
I should really say just half of it because I'm half Jewish.
So you just say loam?
Shah or loam?
Shah. Just say Shah. That'll move it.
Shah.
Like,
Okay.
What? Shah? What the hell did you
say? When you see
Shalala.
So when you see Salliette later, just say Shah Salliette.
She did say before she likes it and she wants us to feed her grapes.
I knew it'd be a hit.
There you go.
You gotta do the grapes though. That's not my,
That's not your thing, the grapes? Yeah, I hate grapes.
Why? What'd they do to you?
Oh, you know me. I'm weird when it comes to eating stuff.
Yeah, but did they do something to you personally?
No.
Oh, okay.
I liked when Lucille Ball was stomping the grapes.
Oh, well, that was very funny.
Absolutely. All right. So go check out Gianmarco Ceresi Friday and Saturday here at Governors in Levittown. Very funny guy. That was a lot of fun hanging out with him just now.
He's
He's good.
Guy.
Yep.
Very funny.
Go to his website. And he does have a podcast. I should have asked him. I should have let him promote where he can be seen. But Google him. He's got a website. He's got a great podcast. Yeah. So you know what? I'll make it up on Saturday. He already promised he'd come in here on Saturday.
Yeah.
We do. It's called Live from Governor's Green Room, where the performers are. The idea behind it is to get them in here just before or just after or both when they're going on stage.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting, and we talk to anybody, headliner, local, whatever it is. And we enjoy hearing their perspective of how the night was, what the crowd's like. And we've had some great guys in here, big names, local guys. And we've had a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I'll come in. Yeah, no problem." And they just blow us off. So,
Really?
oh yeah, we've had a lot of that. They're too good. They're too good for us. So we'll see. So if Gianmarco keeps his word and comes in on Saturday, then I'll give him his opportunity to promote his stuff.
Type that
I think he'll come in.
here
He said he wanted to come in before his
chill.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, and chill and as a performer, sometimes that's the best thing is to go into another room with fellow entertainers and just chill with them for a little while.
Oh,
it eases your mind.
The stuff that goes on in that green room when it's just the comedians, or even after a show when it's all done and they're just hanging out talking. I wish that's the stuff I wish we could put up, but we couldn't.
No,
but sometimes we do get guys in here, and they'll just start picking on each other. And we had familiar with Rob Bartlett, and Bob Nelson.
Yeah. Oh, Bob Nelson. Yeah.
Bob Nelson and Rob Bartlett came in here together. And they sat on the couch over there, and they just started doing bits that they used to do together before they were famous. Yeah. And we put the camera on them. We just sat back, and we just laughed our asses off as these guys were just going off. Oh, my God. That was one of my favorite nights in here. It was just fantastic.
And do you know, another digression, do you know making people laugh is the hardest emotion to evoke out of somebody?
The hardest?
Yes.
Really?
I've been to many acting classes. And one of the first things I learned in an acting class, it's the hardest thing to make people laugh. That's why I respect stand-up comics, but I still challenge myself. I want them to actually make me laugh. I have yet to find a comic that really, truly makes me laugh.
Really?
Because it is the hardest emotion. Think about it. You can make someone cry easily as an actor. It's very simple. Normally, most people are compassionate or empathetic. They'll see someone cry and they will feel it. But if they hear something funny or watch somebody laugh, they'll be like, it's not that funny.
I guess, now that you mention, I guess.
Oh, it's a proven fact in the acting world.
Okay.
Proven
and
fact.
yeah, because laughter, like there's so many, like you said, you see something like you see something sad, and it will make you want to cry.
Yeah.
But when sad is sad, end of story. But humor, there are so many different types of humor.
So many different.
So
types.
I guess it is, and so if somebody's not making you laugh, it's not that they're doing a bad job. And we've experienced that at the Murder Mysteries. It's just not their type of humor.
Exactly. I mean, how many times have we performed in what we think is brilliant, and we get on the floor, and it dies. And
Right.
We're looking at each other like, oh boy.
But then next week we're performing somewhere else. The same thing absolutely
And
killed the
people
room.
are rolling on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
I've totally lost my train of thought. But this guy was very funny. I watched a lot of his stand up, and he's going to be great. So. Gianmarco. I think he's great.
He's an impressive young man.
We've had some good guys near, and we've had people blow us off. So he's not going to blow us off, and we're going to have a good night.
And you know what it is, Tony? I know I'm talking about myself. I apologize. It just what makes me laugh really is the physical humor.
That's what I was going to say.
And that's why I love the Murder Mysteries, because it's really a lot of physicality.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why I love the old Three Stooges.
You're a big Honeymooners guy.
Big Honeymooners, Jackie Gleason. It's that physical comedy. It's the facial gestures. It's not just, it's the one-liners. I love Rodney Dangerfield. I love all those terrible one-liners.
Oh, Rodney was the king.
He was just the king. It was the delivery, but it was his face. It was the physicality.
That's what I was asking him. If the acting background helps you kind of sell your bit, and I learned that when I took the stand-up class here, half the battle is selling. That's all they kept stressing. You have to believe in, because I kept saying to them, I don't like my material. I'm comfortable as can be up there because of all the stage time I've had.
Right.
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous because stand-up is still new to me, but I'm nervous about that because I'm used to being up there with a cast of people and we have each other's backs. Going up there by yourself is a totally different thing. But once I'm up there and crowd work is my thing, so very quickly I get comfortable. But I don't like my material. It's okay, in my opinion. I've gotten some good laughs, and believe me, I had one night here on the patio where I totally bombed. But you need that to learn from that.
Yes.
And that's what they used to teach in the class here was it doesn't matter don't think of the material as okay or great or bad. You just got to believe in it and just kind of feel that it works for you and then sell it. He goes, and if you have that, that you have that belief in it, it will transfer to the audience and they will laugh. Mm-hmm. So selling it, and I do feel having that acting background does help.
Oh, absolutely.
Because again, the comfortability, you get to make facial expressions. You have timing because of from working in comedies. And you can see it with this guy too. He has certain things that he does, and there's a little physicality to his.
The physicality from him is, at his own admission, he's a theater nerd.
Right.
So he can play that. Look, I'm a theater nerd. He could tell theater jokes, and
he does. He has a bit about that.
He has a bit about that. It's hysterical. It's perfect for him.
That's what I was going to say before, and I said I lost my train of thought. You and I went to Governor's when they used to have a club in Medford, which is on the east end of Long Island. We even had a show there. Yeah. But that was the first time. That was the first time I ever met Joey Cola. Was there? We went there to.
That's the infamous show you and I went to that I didn't laugh. And he called me out.
Yes, he did. He did.
Excuse my language. He goes, "Are you going to laugh at one fucking thing I say?"
Yep.
And I said, "Want to hear something funny?" Because I'm just so used to laughing.
Well, here he is to beat you up. Come on in.
And I did find him very talented.
Joey's great, man. I love Joey.
So do I.
Yeah.
And I found him to be very funny. I don't laugh at stand-up comics. I want to bring back that old show, Make Me Laugh.
Oh, sure.
No one's going to beat me.
That's a good idea.
No one's going to beat me, Tony. Unless all they have to do is fall down.
We should do that.
We should do Make Me Laugh.
I got 3 comedians coming in here tomorrow. You want to come back?
Absolutely. Make me laugh. I'm telling
That would be funny.
I will win every prize. I will not laugh.
All right.
Not that they're not funny.
Right.
It's just
it's
who I am.
And Joey said something that night that I still to this day I steal, and I use it in our murder mystery sometimes. There was a guy sitting right behind me, and he had on this very loud, obnoxious shirt. It was blue and had all these weird designs. And Joey pointed right at him. He said, "You stole." I was wondering who stole my pool liner, and now I found it. And I lost my shit. I laughed my ass off. And I still to this day, when you see those weird designs the pool liners have, and you see lots of people have shirts that look like that.
Yeah.
I always, if I see that in an audience, in the audience during one of our murder mysteries, I always make a point of saying it. And I completely stole that from Joey Cola, and I can say that now because we're dear friends, and he will not smack me now. He might hit me for that, but I know you drive a long way to get here, so I don't want to put pressure on you, but if you do want to come back tomorrow, I'll definitely put these guys to the test.
That? Oh my God. Absolutely.
And I'll get you if these guys, if they don't succeed, so if you win, I'll get you into a show here.
Okay.
So you can not laugh at the comedians.
Yeah, but I have to sit in the front. To sit in the front, so they have to see. It's almost when we did the murder mysteries, we were faced with so many challenges, right?
Yeah.
So I want to be their challenge. I just don't want to say, "Oh, you're fucking great, it's hilarious, ha 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 ha." No, work for my laugh. Like, how many times did we actually work to make someone laugh?
Oh, absolutely.
Or evoke an emotion.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that.
But the whole thing is work. To write the bit or write our murder mysteries to do. All the preparation. So there is work already.
Yeah.
But that's not enough for you. You just want them to work even more that night to make you laugh.
I'm challenging any comic to make me laugh.
Adam Snare says, you didn't laugh at that awesome Yakov Smirnoff phone call?
No. My son texted me, Tony. I don't have no idea. Stephen Kaplan. Why does Tony have that thing up? What does that mean? And then he says,
What
where's
thing?
the Febreze bottle with the dick?
You don't know what he's talking about?
No, I don't know
Wow,
what
he's
that
got
means.
some memory of that kid.
Oh, he's got some memory, my son.
In fact, I still have it. If I remember, I'll bring it tomorrow.
Oh, now wait a minute.
Now you remember what he's talking about?
Vaguely.
My first wife worked. She works for. In fact, she still does. All these years later, she works for a supermarket. And this goes back. Shit, this has got to be 25 years ago. The company that, like, so you have was it Febreze? I think it was Febreze.
It was Febreze, one of those.
So you have the bottle, and the company that puts the artwork on
Yeah.
it, the printed stuff. So the Febreze has the little square in the front, says Febreze, and a little description, and then the rest of the can or the bottle is just a picture of flowers, and it's pink, and it's supposed to look nice because it's supposed to be nice. But this one particular bottle, the company, there was a guy that worked at the company who got fired, and he knew he was going to be let go. So as he's printing the picture of all the flowers, I don't know if it was his own or if he just found one, but he had a picture of a penis, and he snuck it in, and nobody caught it. So this thing made the shelves. So the news gets out. It was on TV. My ex-wife, she was at work when she heard about it. She runs to the shelf. She starts looking. Sure enough, she finds one. So she bought it. She did the right thing. She didn't take it. She bought it.
Yeah.
And she brought it home. And I still have it to this day.
You still have
Oh,
it?
yeah. I'll bring it in tomorrow if I remember to bring it. And it's a regular Febreze bottle. You just got to look close. She just in the middle of these flowers, you just see a penis sticking out.
What would make that guy...
He was pissed. He was getting fired. He was pissed. So, yeah, and so I guess I must have shown it to you and Steven. He's got some memory, that guy.
That was at a show at the Central Islip Brentwood Fire Department with that guy Tate.
Okay. I remember performing there, yeah.
And I think because Steven, we made Steven a part of it. We brought him up and with the microphone and all that stuff.
Oh, did we? I don't remember that.
Had it. That's a long time ago.
Wow. All right, so yeah.
Good job, Steven.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just looking because you said he was texting you. I was just looking because somebody rang my phone, and then I don't know if you heard, there was knocking on the back door here, but I didn't get it because we were talking to G and Marco. I don't know if it was. So I didn't know if it was somebody trying to get in to surprise us to be on the show, but sorry but the phone call I had was not that. Whoever was banging on the door was not calling me, so I don't know who that was. So my apologies if you were trying to get in here, but all right, so there we go. Gianmarco Cerisi playing here at Governor's this weekend. Come on down and check him out, and he is supposedly joining us Saturday night here in the green room. So hopefully that'll be fun. I know, Tim Saliani and Rich Rada, Carla, they're all playing in the Giggle Room, so hopefully they'll be stopping in. Taz says, you could joke like, oh, what? You're a studying actor? What?
Beg your pardon?
I don't know what she's talking about. The comment just came in. You could joke like, oh, what? You're a studying actor? Oh. Talking about you, pretending not laughing in the audience. So you're as an actor, you're in character by being the guy who doesn't laugh.
You know what's her name?
Taz.
Taz.
T-A-S.
Taz. That's a great statement because I never thought of it that way, but maybe that is me being in character.
Adam Snare, who is a comedian, he says you're the worst audience member ever.
in my villain voice. Thank you very much.
Do it as the wizard.
Never mind that man behind the green curtain.
I wish I had echo effect or something, but I don't.
What do you mean? This is fancy Governors. You don't that fancy board over there.
Yeah, we have no
I
idea how
heard
it
cats
works.
over there, crickets. All that other stuff.
Yeah, I always put that on when DJs. I do have the. Oh, here are the crickets. I always
Never
put something
mind
on.
behind that man behind the green curtain.
That sounds like you're doing porn.
Dorothy, come into my lair. I know. I thought this was a family program. I'm sorry.
No. Well, my mother does. My mother does watch.
Sorry, Mrs. Walker.
Yeah. And it's funny, because G and Marco was talking about how that Tom Selleck is old. My mother's the same age as him. So when you
He's
said
not that old.
when you said 109, I was like, yes, that's how old my mother is. He's 76 or something. 70.
It's really not that old. Well,
76 is
the
old.
average lifespan of a man today is like 73, and a woman is 76.
That's it?
They always beat us, the women.
Oh yes, well,
because they're better than us.
And I'm fine with a woman beating me.
Yeah.
But it's only mid to late 70s.
Man is 73, the average, and women is 76.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have less than 20 years left.
Oh, I'm half in the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm half in the grave.
All right.
It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you.
I'll be
do the show.
haunting your steps.
I'll bring the mic over to you. While your head's still sticking out. We'll see if anybody can make you laugh. All right. She says, Taz says, have a good day. You too, Taz. Everybody have a great day. It is time for us to head on out of here. There is nothing on the rest of the day. Sorry. But we will be back here tomorrow at 11. Andy Plajanos will be here. Fat Jay will be here. And Austin Brooks will be here. Three very funny guys. Very excited about getting Fat Jay in here. I don't think he's been on our show. He's a great comedian. He's been around a while. I don't think we've ever had him in here. So I'm excited about that. Austin Brooks was on our Saturday show just this past Saturday. Very funny guy. So it's going to be a fun show tomorrow. And then, if you want to come back, and we'll have a little contest. See if they can make you laugh.
There's no one beating me, pal.
All right. If you feel like it, you're welcome. Come on up.
You made me laugh, but not in the stand-up role.
Right.
Yeah.
Just making fun of our mean faces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So we'll be back tomorrow at 11. And then don't forget, tomorrow night, Top Fives with Don Sill will be on. So Taz says, my 105-year-old auntie calls 80-year-olds spring chickens. So her 105-year-old auntie calls 80-year-old spring chickens. I hope there's still a spring in my chicken when I'm 80, assuming I get there.
I'm not laughing.
Worst audience member ever.
I like that title.
I do.
I wish there was a statue, like an Academy Award. Thank you. I would like to thank everyone. I am the worst audience member ever.
Would you all right, so if you do come back tomorrow and these guys don't make you laugh, would you prefer we make you a little award, or do you want passes to a show?
I would love to see a show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I would love to see a show.
All right. So I'll stick to that.
I'm going to tell you.
All right, tell me.
I'll bet you it'll be very difficult. And I know some of those comics you mentioned, they're very funny, and I happen to find them very funny. But like as Taz very well put, I get into character. It's very hard to break.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we'll just call you.
It's got to be tremendous. Unless
they call you a pudgy little drunk like I did in Wonderful Life. Because yeah.
But, unless they start doing some Three Stooges routines, I'm not laughing.
Well, there'll be three of them in here. That would make me laugh my ass off if they resort to that. That would make me fall. Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
And that should give me a lot of credit if they have to resort to that.
Well, true.
If they just throw one-liners at me,
right.
I could deflect them.
All right. So we'll see. All right.
Thank you for having me on.
Always a pleasure, pal. Thank you very much. It was great. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed G and Marco. And we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. See ya.